Good morning, everyone. It has become apparent that on YouTube there are a lot of YouTubers walking on the streets of the UK and videoing town centres and talking about the decline of the white British man, woman on the streets, and that immigration and ethnic people have overtaken our cities, and just walks about and he says, here's a black one, here's another foreign one, hey, the ethnics have gathered there and what have you. I'm referring to one particular video which I'll not name, a YouTube creator, but there are many like them. They just walk around poverty-stricken cities across the UK and blame all the downfalls, lack of investments, because of foreigners and people of non-white skin. This is a very narrow, ignorant way of looking at life here in the UK, and they seem to have a very big gathering, lots of subscribers and a lot of hits on YouTube, so they get a buzz, they have a following, and big sense of followers, literally big followers, and it's embarrassing. They are breeding hatred and division here in our country. I understand that the elites and the characters like Nigel Farage and Tommy Robinson and recent Trump inauguration and Elon Musk with his Nazi salute has invigorated and encouraged these low IQ people, and it's causing hatred and division, and it's a shame what's happening in our country, and that a lot of these people fall for the crap that the media, the biased media, the right-wing media and the elites in our country are providing us, are dividing us at the same time. And it seems like the vast majority of these people are of working class, lower class, working class people like myself. But they fall for this. The difference is they fall for this crap that's been fed about division and immigration destroying our country, which is not the case. Vast majority of people come here, work, better their lives. The issues of this country as a whole is not immigration, is not foreigners. Foreigners come here, they work, they clean, they garden, they do many trades, they work like any other person, pay their taxes and live and make this their home. So I was feeling that I need to make this video, and hopefully if one of these people are listening to this, they can sort of wake up and educate themselves about the realities on the ground, and that this country does not really belong to anyone. And they keep on saying the natives, the white English man or woman, the natives. You're not the natives. I'm not the native. If you are a native, then I'm a native as well. I'm British and I'm Kurdish and I'm proud. I'm native in that case. But if you guys think you're the true people of these isles, then forget it. We're all natives. And they don't look into their history. They don't know that the true natives of this island were the Welsh, the Scots, the Irish. They used to call them the Celts. Celts. They were the true people of these islands. And then after that, the Romans came and conquered these lands for 400 years or so. And then the Anglo-Saxons, which were of northern Germany and Nordic countries, who came to these shores and made this place their home. So who are the true natives? Really, from the Roman onwards, we're all foreigners. So it's embarrassing that this day and age we're talking about nativity and everything, and who's native and who's not native. And at the same time, these elites are causing and feeding us rubbish on the internet, on the news, and they're blaming all our failures in this country on foreigners, which is clearly wrong. We had 14 years of the Conservative Party here, which mainly it was the working class people that put them into power because of Brexit. What did they do for us? They cut our police numbers, no investments in the ambulance, in our roads, networks, in the economy as a whole. Where was the investments? They did not build any hospitals. They upgraded a few hospitals and said, there you go. The services that we get in this country has fallen because of lack of investment, lack of governance, lack of policy change by the Conservative parties in the last 14 years. Yes, Labour's in charge now, and they have found a horse they can all whip. Keir Starmer's this, Keir Starmer's this, and he's that. I'm a Labour voter, but I'm no longer voting for Labour. They're all the same nonsense, but I find Keir Starmer a more honest and a country-oriented, loving person than David Cameron, Boris Johnson, Theresa May, and the likes of all of them temporary characters that came in and tried to run this country and put it to the ground. So that's where we need to take a step back and analyze the situation and the stuff that's been fed to us about this country. Because it's frustrating when you have these people walking around the cities and recording, and foreigners are taking this and this and that. Why don't you walk around Kensington, Chelsea, Twickenham, Richmond, multi-millionaires? Why don't we tax the rich so they can pay their fair share of tax? Why a working class man has to pay so much tax? If you're below 40-something thousand pounds, you're paying 20% tax. And then everything else after that, you're still paying tax. Your fuel, your rent, any product you buy outside on the shops, you're paying VAT on that as well. Another form of tax. So it's ridiculous that we're blaming all our problems on foreigners and people of ethnic background. It's just what do you do, you know? And the sadness is a vast majority of the British English, I must say, working class people follow these people and their lies. And really, they should be venting their anger lawfully and strategically, politically, at the governments, previous governments, current governments, to make your life better, to make our lives better, instead of venting our anger and hatred and racism towards one another. Yes, the boats are still coming, but I don't blame people for coming. If there's a way, there's a route to better their life and come here. That's why we had Brexit. That's why you guys voted for Brexit. So fix the problem then. We left the EU so you guys can take control. So basically they fed us lies and absolute rubbish to take the so-called control. But yet you're not venting your anger at the government, demonstrating and making videos about how frustrated you are that the government and the likes of Nigel Farage have misled you guys. But obviously we know that the foreigners and people of other ethnicities are the easy target. It's embarrassing. If one knew the history of the UK, you'd not be making videos of racism and hatred, that this country has gone down to the shits because of racism. This country was was made and born and got a strength from diversity. And if you want to go back further in history, we can look at that as well and see where we got all our resources and what have you. So let's not go down that path. Let's look forward, but at least in a positive manner, guys. I appreciate you guys watching this video. Leave me a comment. Let me know if I've missed anything. Let me know if I've nailed something on the head. I'm only expressing my view and my frustration at my fellow citizens